All right, so here we have it solve the absolute value of 4x plus 1 equals 11. And we need to solve this equation. How do we do that? Remind you that the absolute value of x, let's say if we have absolute value of x equal to 5, in this case, x can be equal to 5, x can be equal to minus 5, right? So that's the definition. Why? Because that's the definition of absolute value. One more example, if we have the absolute value of, let's say, m equal to 12, so in this case, m can be equal to 12 or m can be equal to minus 12, okay? That's just the definition of the absolute value. So in this particular case, we can rewrite this equation and we are going to have two options. First option, 4x plus 1, it can be equal to 11, okay? And second option, which we are going to have for x plus 1, can be equal to minus 11, okay? That's what we have, okay? So just two options. All right, and now we have to solve these simple equations for x plus 1 and for x plus 1 equal to minus 11. And let's do that. So if you want to solve this equation, we are going to do what? We're going to move this one to this side, this one to this side, okay? Let's do that. So it's going to be 4x. Remember, if we are moving like from one side to another, so positive is going to change to negative. So it's going to be equal to 4, 11 minus 1. Okay, so that's one option. And in this case, we have a positive number, 1, so it's going to be changed to negative. So it's going to be 4x equals to what? Minus 11 minus 1. Okay, that's what we have. Okay, so 4x, 11 minus 1 is going to be 10. So 4x is equal to 10. And in this case, 4x equals to minus 11 minus 1 is going to be minus 12. Minus 12. Nice and simple. Now we just have to divide everything by 4 in this case, right? So if we have, let's divide both parts by 4, okay, like this, okay. So 4 and 4 cancels out. So no 4 here, so it's going to be equal to, 10 over 4. That's one option. And second option, so I'm going to divide by 4 here, going to divide by 4 right here, so it cancels out like this, right? So x is equal to, so minus 12 divided by 4 is going to be minus 3. So that's the answer in this case. Okay, and here we can simplify a little bit. So 10 over 4. And in this case, x is going to be equal to 5 over 2. Okay. So 5 over 2, that's what we have. That's the answers which we have to this equation. So the first one is 5 over 2, and second one is minus 3. Now you can ask me, how can they check that we've got right answers? It's a very good question. Let's go back to our original equation which we had. So the absolute value of 4x plus 1 equal to 11, right? So let's write it here. So I'm going to write this right here. So what we have 4x plus 1, and it's going to be equal to 11, right? So we have to check that. Here we have the first answer, let's say 5 over 2. Let's, instead of x, I'm going to put 5 over 2 right here. So the absolute value of 4 multiplied by 5 over 2 plus 1, and it's going to be equal to 11, right? It's going to be basically 10 plus 11, and it's going to be equal to 11. And so it's the absolute value of 11 to be equal to 11. And that's the right answer because the absolute value of 11 equals to 11, right? So that's it. And in this particular case, we have one more answer. It's minus 3 we have. So I'm going to put this minus 3 right into this equation. Okay, let's do that. What we are going to have, the absolute value of 4 multiplied by minus 3, right? Okay, plus 1 equals to 11. Okay, it's going to be minus 12 plus 1, and it's going to be equal to 11. Okay, so find minus 12 plus 1 is going to be minus 11. Okay, so it's going to be minus 11, and it's going to be 11. The absolute value of minus 11 is 11, right? So it's going to be equal to 11, right? So that's our answer.